ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì wojire ilẹ̀ yìí ilẹ̀ ẹ̀yà lèkìtì yìí ṣe oyè báyìí mọ̀ dúpọ̀ yìí gbìyànjú sílẹ̀ kámúbàrún olèkìtì ayé mi ń jẹ́ jùyà. Èkìtì lọ́mọ olúṣù àrògùrò bẹ̀wọ̀ ọmọ olóṣè méjì takọ́tabo. Ìgbélárugẹ oúnjẹ àgbẹ̀dàgbàsókè lóríko. Èkìtì ní alára ọgbà ẹ̀dá òye. Ìṣèjọba kan dára ògbáyé gbádùn ara wò. Èkìtì ní alára ọgbà ẹ̀dá òye. Ìgbélárugẹ àṣà àti ìṣe àtúnṣe bí ìgbafẹ́. Èkìtì ní alára ọgbà ẹ̀dá òye.
For 5 whole days in the month of August, that is August 11 to 15, the Ekiti State Festival of Arts and Culture, otherwise known as Ekifest, took the center stage in the state capital at Ekiti with cultural displays, performances and exhibitions that drew hundreds of distinguished guests, artists, cultural custodians and audience from across Nigeria and beyond. We brought you highlights of the packed opening ceremonies and performances in our previous episode of the program last week. Now, we bring you the concluding part of that Sorrowway Festival as promised, the competitions, exhibitions, and the ecstatic ambience of the entire cultural festival. This is Ekiti on the Move. I am Tunji Saliu. Please sit back as we relive what has been described as the most attended, well-curated, and diverse cultural festival of its kind in recent times.
The opening ceremony was also an opportunity for the government to articulate its long-term vision for the cultural sector. Governor Oyebanji's administration had made culture a priority, investing in infrastructure, institutions, and talent development. The governor has been vocal in his belief that culture is a driver of economic growth, social cohesion, and national pride. The government's initiatives include the construction of the ultra-modern International Center for Arts and Culture, the appointment of professionals to lead cultural institutions, and the strategic patronage of local artists and creative entrepreneurs. These initiatives are designed to create an environment where culture can thrive and contribute meaningfully to the state's economy.
All the local government areas participate in it. We have 38 local governments and local development authorities in the state, 38 of them. And all of them are participating in the competitive and non-competitive events of the festival. The competitive events include indigenous music and dance competition, female drumming ensemble competition, children essay writing and creative arts, visual arts competition, traditional wrestling competition, traditional cuisine and bush bar competition, among others.
The opening ceremony had been a spectacular prelude, but the true art of Ekiti lay in the 5 days of intense competition that followed. From the first day to the last, the pavilion buzzed with energy, rivalry, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Every local government and local council development areas (LCDA) had come prepared. The contingents having trained for months in anticipation of this moment. The competition was fierce, but the spirit was one of camaraderie. The artists and performers understood that they were not just competing for themselves, but for their communities, their ancestors, and their future. The stakes were high, but so were the rewards. A battle for laurels among the local government. This structure ensured that the festival was not just about performance, but about excellence. Not just about art, but about achievement. One of the most anticipated events of the competition was traditional wrestling. Yes, the traditional wrestling, a sport that had been a part of the Yoruba culture for centuries. This was not a mere athletic contest. It was a display of courage, discipline, and the warrior spirit that has been part of the Yoruba identity for millennia. The wrestling bouts were held in a specially prepared arena with spectators crowded around, cheering for their local champions with an intensity that bordered on the primal. The wrestlers faced each other with the focus of warriors preparing for battle. Their movement was a blend of strength, agility, and strategy. Every grip, every push, every counter move, a testament to years of training and tradition. The atmosphere was electric, a mixture of sporting excitement and cultural pride. This year's competition saw the emergence of a true champion, a wrestler who had won the battle for 3 consecutive years. His victory was greeted with thunderous applause, not just from his own community, but from the entire audience. He had proven himself to be a true son of Ekiti, a symbol of the strength and resilience of the people. The commissioner, in announcing the winner, noted that the champion, along with other winners, would represent Ekiti at the National Festival of Arts and Culture in Enugu later in the year.
First 2026 National Wrestling Competition, 3rd position, Ibrahim Ogotun. 2nd position, Ishogun. 1st position, traditional wrestling. For 3 years in a row, this local government and this particular wrestler has won this title. This is the 3rd or 4th in a row, 3rd in a row. Ado Central.
The traditional cuisine competition was a feast for the senses. A celebration of the culinary heritage that is as much as part of Ekiti's identity as its magic and dance. The aroma of Iyan and Obeotili filled the air, transporting the audience to a time when meals were not just nourishment but a sacred ritual of community and connection. The Bush Bar, as it was affectionately called, was a vibrant hub of activity. Each local government brought their own signature dishes, their recipes passed down through generations. The competitors, mostly women, worked with the precision of artists, their hands moving with practiced grace as they kneaded, stirred, and garnished. The presentation was as important as the taste. The dishes were served in traditional pottery, adorned with fresh leaves and local spices. The judges, a panel of culinary experts and cultural connoisseurs, tasted each dish with the reverence of a sacred ritual. The flavors told stories. Stories of the land, stories of the seasons, and stories of the history of the people. The competition was a reminder that food is culture, that the flavors of Ekiti are part of people's identity. The winners were not just recognized for their culinary skills, but for their role as custodians of a living heritage.
Oúnjẹ oríṣiríṣi ni wọ́n ti lọ́ sè. Wọ́n láwọn míì tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ṣe àbàrí, òtílí, àwọn oúnjẹ ìbílẹ̀, oúnjẹ tiwantiwa òun làwọn èèyàn ṣe lénìí. In fact, àwọn oúnjẹ tó jẹ́ pé ó pẹ́ tá ti jẹ gbẹ̀yìn tó ti pẹ́, àwọn oúnjẹ baba ńlá wa, àwọn bíi èkuru, àwọn bíi àbàrí, àwọn oríṣiríṣi oúnjẹ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Ẹmu náà wà ńbẹ̀, ẹ̀fọ́ rọ̀rọ̀wọ́, ẹ̀fọ́ òdú, ẹ̀fọ́ ebòlò, oríṣiríṣi bẹ́ẹ̀ gbogbo ẹ̀ ló wà ńbẹ̀ àti iyán. So ẹ rí pé gbogbo àwọn èèyàn báyìí náà ti ń wá tán ti ń ṣe àdé ń jẹun. Sọ pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ló jẹ́ pé ó máa ń gbọ́ orúkọ oúnjẹ wọ̀nyẹn ṣùgbọ́n tó jẹ́ pé kò rí sójú rí, ó kàn ń gbọ́ ni. Níbí wọ́n sọ fún wa nǹkan tó fi ń ṣe oúnjẹ wọ̀nyẹn. So wọ́n wá rí ó ń yà wọ́n lẹ́nu, oúnjẹ mìíràn wá ní àyẹ̀ ṣé nǹkan tó fi ṣe nìyí. So ó jẹ́ àǹfààní fún àwọn tí ò mọ oúnjẹ wọ̀nyẹn tẹ́lẹ̀.
Oríṣiríṣi oúnjẹ tí à ń jẹ lẹ́kìtì, ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ gbà làwọn èèyàn máa ń jẹun, wọn mọ àǹfààní tí oúnjẹ ṣe fún ara, àwọn èèyàn kàn ń jẹun ni. So ìdí tí a fi ṣe èyí ni wípé tí àwọn ará tí ò ń ṣe àwọn èèyàn tó lọ́n ṣe ará Èkìtì tí wọ́n bá wá, tán bá rí àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe, tán bá wá tán jẹ lára àwọn oúnjẹ yẹn, àwọn kan tí wà níbẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé ọbẹ̀ oògùn ni wọ́n ń pè, oríṣiríṣi ewé àti ẹ̀yìn èpo igi ni wọ́n pò pọ̀ tán fi ṣe, ó dẹ̀ ń ṣara lóore dáadáa, pàápàá jùlọ fún ẹni tó bá ṣẹ̀ bímọ, tó bá jẹ ọbẹ̀ yìí ó láǹfààní tó ń ṣe lára fún gbogbo wípé bóyá pé inú ń po àbí inú ń dùn, iṣẹ́ tó bẹ̀ yìí ń ṣe ara ẹni. Ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ ẹni tó ní ibà, tó ní jẹ̀dí, tó lóríṣiríṣi àwọn nǹkan tí ò fẹ́ ara, tí ò ṣoore fára, tó bá jẹ àwọn ọbẹ̀ yẹn á ṣàǹfààní fún wọn.
Àárọ̀ náà máa ń jẹ, so iyán lélẹ̀, iyán pẹ̀lú ọbẹ̀. Ọbẹ̀ ìbìrẹ́ pẹ̀lú kọyìn láfíìsì pẹ̀lú ẹran ìgbẹ́.
Ọbẹ̀ wo nìyẹn?
Òun náà ní dísé mọ̀.
Ìgbẹ́ náà ní méjèèjì rẹ̀ fún wa. Ilé fi rẹ̀ jẹ́.
Iyán ni. So alẹ́ a máa jẹ lé o láì àbàrí àgbàdo.
Èkìtì ní alára.
The Visual Arts and Essay Competition was a celebration of creative and intellectual spirit of Ekiti's youth. The pavilion was transformed into a gallery, a space where the imagination of the younger generation was given free rein. Paintings depicted scenes from Ekiti life, harvest festivals, traditional ceremonies, the beauty of the landscape. Sculptures carved from wood and stone told stories of ancestors and heroes. Textile woven with intricate patterns reflected the aesthetic sensibilities of the people. But it was not just about visual arts. The essay competition was a platform for the young minds of Ekiti to articulate the values that define their culture. The children wrote with passion and insight, exploring themes of integrity, hard work, community, and the enduring spirit of the Ekiti people.
Growing them young, finding them young, and of course trying to bring the youth into the closure that we've never seen before. The age range, ranges from 6 to 14. 6 to 14, because we have to consider their faculty, put in consideration. That we're catching them young, like I said, so it's a good time we begin to do that as part of our curriculum. Quite a competitive event. We're looking at some cash prizes and some incentive as well. So we actually going to have some of the experienced artists within the cluster to come together and of course give marks to them and score them according to their performance.
Ètò ẹ̀kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ gẹ̀jígẹ̀ lílẹ̀ yìí.
Beyond the stages and the competitive arenas, another world of creativity unfolded, the exhibition of arts by all local governments at the expo. This was a cultural marketplace, a living museum where the heritage of Ekiti was displayed in all its richness and diversity. Each local government transformed the exhibition space into a miniature cultural center, showcasing the artistic treasures that defined their community. The exhibition was a testament to the ingenuity and craftsmanship of the Ekiti people. Traditional costumes, replacement in indigo, crimson, and gold, hung like works of art. Ceremonial masks, carved from sacred woods, seemed to watch over the visitors with ancient eyes. Sculptures of wood and bronze told stories of ancestors, heroes, and deities. Pottery, with its intricate patterns and earthly tones, spoke of a people who had long understood the beauty of utility. At each stall, visitors encountered not just objects but stories. The exhibition was a celebration of the artisan, the craftsman, the custodian of skills that had been passed down through generations. It was a reminder that Ekiti's cultural heritage is not confined to the past but is alive, vibrant, and evolving. The artisans were not just displaying their work, they were teaching, inspiring, and ensuring that the flame of tradition will continue to burn. For the young people who visited the exhibition, it was a revelation. They saw the faces of their ancestors in the sculptures. It was a connection to their roots, a reminder that they were part of a rich and enduring legacy.
Ekifest jẹ́ ọ̀nà láti má gbàgbé àṣà àti ìṣe wa. It's about our cultural heritage. Most of the people náà mọ nǹkan tá a kó wá ẹ̀ tán rírí. Alẹ́lòmíì torí orógbó pod tí ò mọ̀ a ṣe ń sọ fún. Gbogbo àwọn kí n ta kó wá yìí eégún ni òmíì wà fún tá a fi ń ṣe. But àwọn ọmọ mélòó ló ń wo eégún sí? So Ekifest ló ń try láti reintroduce our cultural heritage back to us. Gbogbo nǹkan tá a kó wá rí mọ̀ pé nǹkan ayé àtijọ́ ni, nǹkan àṣà ni la kó wá. So ìyẹn la fi kó wá sí ibà fáwọn èèyàn láti rí. Ẹlòmíì gan ra àwọn kan lọlé, àwọn kan wà fún títà. Níwọ̀n àárín tàǹtà àkówá síbí táwọn kan ò rí rí. So Ekifest òun jẹ́ kí a padà láti lè mọ ibi tá a ti wá, orísun wa.
Ekiti lọmọ olúṣù àrògùrò bẹ̀wọ̀ ọmọ lójú.
The traditional music and dance competition was the most visible spectacular event of the festival, a kaleidoscope of color, movement, and rhythm that captivated the audience from the first beat to the last. Each local government brought its own unique style, their performances a reflection of the diverse cultural traditions that make up Ekiti State. The drums spoke in different dialects, some deep and resonant, others sharp and urgent. The dancers moved in different patterns, their bodies telling stories of harvest, war, love, and spirituality. The costumes were of color, indigo, crimson, gold, and white, each fabric and pattern carrying deep cultural significance. The judges had a difficult task, as performers were all of an exceptionally high standard. The competition was so close that in one category, the judges declared a tie for the first position. The audience was thrilled by the display of sporting and artistic excellence, and the commissioner noted that these were the first time such a tie had occurred in the history of Ekifest. The winners were rewarded with substantial prizes, a recognition of the economic value of the arts, and a reward for the hard work of the participants. At the end of the 5 days of competition, the overall winner was announced. The commissioner emphasized that with Igbaraudu, Ogotun LCDA had won. There were no losers in Ekifest. Every local government had participated with dedication. Every artist had given their best, and every community had been united in the celebration of their culture. The overall winner was a symbol of excellence, but the true winner was Ekiti State, which had once again demonstrated its cultural vitality. At the closing ceremony of Ekifest 2026, Governor Biodun Ibaji was represented by Ambassador Eniola Ajayi, a two-time ambassador and one of Ekiti's most distinguished daughters. Ambassador Ajayi, with her decades of experience in diplomacy and governance, brought a perspective of global significance to the festival. In her address, Ambassador Ajayi emphasized the importance of culture in national development and the role of Ekiti in showcasing Nigeria's rich heritage to the world.
What a week it has been. For the past several days, Ekiti has come alive with the rhythm of our drums, the elegance of our dances, and the power of theatre, the beauty of visual arts, the richness of our tradition, and the extraordinary creativity of our people. We have witnessed dance, drama, music, storytelling, fashion, visual arts, diverse expressions of creativity at their very best. More importantly, we have witnessed the extraordinary talents that abound in Ekiti State. Ekifest 2026 has reminded us that something is very important: our culture. It's not merely a remembrance of our past, it's an asset of our future. Let Ekifest become more than an annual celebration. Let it become a movement. Let it become an economic platform. Let it become a global window into the soul of Ekiti State. On this note, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to declare and bring Ekifest to a close. I believe, God, I believe that it has been a week of color, culture, creativity, connection, and celebration. Let the celebration continue. May the Lord bless our professor and his team. May the Lord bless the artists. May the Lord bless Governor Biodun Abayomi and his team. May the Lord bless Ekiti State. And may the Lord bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you all for coming, and see you next year. Thank you very much.
Thank God, with the backing of God Almighty and with effort and the cooperation of the management and my people from the SCDA, for the past 2 weeks we have been working on this series of rehearsals, series of programs, educative programs, to make sure that things work out. And at the end of today, we are able to get the desired results.
To the young people of Ekiti, the message is a clear call that creativity is wealth. Imagination can build a business, and that our culture is our global currency. To the government, the dream is clear: to make Ekiti the cultural heartbeat of Nigeria and one of the leading creative hubs of Africa. The story is simple. People who remember their past are people who can confidently build their future. The drums may be silent for now, but their echo will guide us until we meet again at the Ekifest 2027.
People who remember their past are people who can confidently build their future, a future based on an interplay and correct mix of knowledge, creativity, identity, and cutting-edge technology to make Ekiti State the heartbeat of Nigeria in arts, culture, and tourism, a significant aspect of the shared prosperity vision of the current administration. Thanks for watching this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. If so, see you at EkiFest 2027. That will be all for now on Ekiti on the Move. Remember, you can watch this episode again or any of the other ones on our social media platforms showing on your screen. See you next time. Goodbye.
ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì wojire ilẹ̀ yìí ilẹ̀ ẹ̀yà lèkìtì yìí ṣe oyè báyìí mọ̀ dúpọ̀ yìí gbìyànjú sílẹ̀ kámú bàrún olèkìtì ayélujára jùyà.